Hi, Elliot Bayev here. We've all heard the story of the 60-year-old executive who, upon retiring, realizes maybe they've made a lot of money, but perhaps didn't spend enough time with their family, or didn't write the book that they've been meaning to, or didn't have the life of impact that they wanted to. We want to make sure that we don't end up in the same boat, but the question is, how do we make sure that we don't miss one area of life? I've created what I call the LifeMap. Now, the LifeMap is best understood by overlapping a few other theories, so we're going to introduce those first. The first is triune brain theory, which essentially says we have three brains: a reptilian brain, a mammalian brain, and a higher brain. The reptilian brain is something all animals have. It deals with basic body functioning, circulation, respiration, as well as territory protection, the drive to reproduce, basic animal instincts. As mammals emerged weaker than our predators, the only way to survive was to live in groups. So a new social emotional intelligence had to emerge so we could navigate the hierarchies that determined our survival. And then unique to humans are language, creativity, spontaneity, meaning, and these are the realm of the higher brain. Another very powerful theory of human motivation and that maps out the different aspects of the human being is Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Abraham Maslow was a American psychologist who in the 1950s released his pyramid or hierarchy of human needs, saying that essentially we all have the need for love, but if there's no air in the room, we don't really care. The first fundamental needs we have are all physiological: air, water, food, etc. As those are met, what becomes most important to us is survival, safety and security, knowing that we will have those needs met in the future, tomorrow. Once our safety and security is met, then love and belonging, our relationships matter, and then our self-esteem, how we feel about ourselves, our sense of confidence, belonging, sense of status, etc. And then at his highest level, his peak level was self-actualization, becoming what you're meant to be. This was later broken down. In 1967, he released a second edition of Towards the Psychology of Being, where he broke that level down into four distinct levels: the need to learn, cognitive needs; the need for beauty, aesthetic needs; the need for self-actualization, to become what you are meant to be. The musician must play, the writer must write, the architect must build. And then finally, self-transcendence, meaning to give back to others. What's interesting is that if you overlay these two theories on each other, the first two levels of Maslow's hierarchy, safety and security and physiological needs, or physiological and safety and security needs, are the realm of the reptilian brain. The next two levels, love and belonging and self-esteem, those are emotional. Those are the realm of the mammalian brain. And the highest level, self-actualization, or later cognitive, aesthetic, self-actualization and self-transcendence needs, are the realm of the higher brain. So what this does is it gives us a collapsible, simplified version of Maslow's hierarchy, which allows us simple language with which to talk to anyone, to children, where we could say the human being is made up of body, heart, and mind. But it allows us to go even deeper. So Maslow's real contribution was not, I believe, just the hierarchy itself, which, or the unique part of his contribution, I don't believe was the hierarchical nature, but in showing the hierarchy, he actually helps us map out all the dimensions of human life, especially if we take that approach and we dig deeper. So here we have the reptilian, mammalian, and higher brains. The reptilian brain is responsible for our physiological and safety and security needs, or positional as I put it here. Our mammalian brain responsible for social and emotional needs, and our higher brain responsible for cognitive, aesthetic, self-actualization, and self-transcendence needs. But if you actually map out each individual need, maybe tricky to read here, but we have breathing, hydration, sleep, homeostasis. Those you could consider health or survival alone. Then you have nutrition, digestion. I've added my own, we'll say, embellishments or theories or suggestions for what weren't originally included, but I believe, in my experience, are vital human needs: posture, nervous system balance, fitness, sex. Our positional needs include security of body, security of property, security of employment, security of family, security of prosperity, the ability to grow and improve our position. Social needs, family, friends, and intimacy, or Maslow's contribution. I believe that community, a larger community, is one of our vital needs, as is our connection to humanity as a whole. Emotional needs, sense of self-worth, sense of identity, sense of confidence, sense of belonging, and our sense of status within the groups to which we belong. And then at the lower levels, we've got in our cognitive needs, the need to learn. Well, first you have to have an open mind in order to be capable of learning. So open-mindedness, learning, and then either applying or contributing. Within the aesthetic needs, the ability to see beauty, the ability to appreciate beauty, and the ability to express beauty. To self-actualize, we must kind of figure out a passion of ours. We must then cultivate it. If you are called to music, you have to first recognize that. Then you have to put in the work. You have to actually get good at that, and then you have to express it. You have to actually share your music. And then within our self-transcendence needs, it's all based on your sense of philosophy. Who is it that you're wanting to give back to? Everyone's going to have a different perspective. Your sense of purpose in terms of how you plan to give back to whomever. And then I have entrepreneurship / legacy here, because I believe entrepreneurship not so much as a role, but as a determination to implement whatever it is that you feel is there. And then legacy is the idea of leaving your mark beyond your time. So within this life map, we have what I believe are all the dimensions of human life. So make sure that you don't end up, 10, 20, 30 years down the line and have forgotten one of these. Be really good about, your relationships and make a lot of money, and forget about your health. Forget about your nutrition, your sleep, etc. Can we use this as a tool to help us check in with ourselves and make sure we're not deficient in any one area, so that we don't end up losing out on the kind of beautiful totality of a maximally fulfilled life?